because it's the saved AWP, it's the biggest weapon they have to boast. Just showing his hand, right, he can scare them and help corral Gamer Legion maybe into a stack with some of these upgrades. So Henny, you'd want to stay active with the AWP. Obviously, you can't just keep running around and hoping. Eventually, you'll run into your demise. Using the AWP in one of its strongest positions over towards long for now. They're searching long, Alex.
Я не понимаю, есть трансляции или нет.
Well, this is the thing. They might not have even known that the AWP was in play. They didn't see Henny in the previous round because they went straight in towards A. They might not have thought that it was possible. So now the pennies drop. Snax is aware. 55 seconds. A man down.
I like this awareness from Snax, knowing that the AWP showing himself on long. It indicates and implies he's probably going to rotate around. Snax continues to apply that pressure, keeps boots planted towards the A side.
Decent just jumped. I'm not sure if he saw anything, but they definitely heard him.
What is that proactive swing from Vinny?
It's gonna be the round.
He's just won it with a double 79 headshot.
Так,
Wide, just as they're starting to maneuver forwards, really good awareness from Vinny.
Gamer Legion have to say.
Scoring Snax.
так, алло. Алло, 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 я вернулся. Счет 3-2. Ну, точнее, 3-3 уже. Снокс гений! Нет, он не гений.
He's lost it all with 400 bucks in his
Так, я не понимаю.
pocket. Maybe just
Чаще.
left it. Not pulled the trigger whatsoever. He might have gone uncleared.
I think he was actually trying to help out A-Core in that moment as well, because if they'd all started...
Сейчас, извините, я не понимаю, просто я
I guess he could
пьяный.
have continued to hightail it, and as you're saying, Snax could have just stayed alive in that position. Regardless, one's gonna sting, and that's a bad...
Все, трансляция идет.
I just think the fact that they-
Я чат не вижу.
Penny had the AWP
А, или вижу.
previous round really came back to bite them. Going long
Бля, я не ебу, короче, где чат, извините.
the round stalled.
Просто мы молимся.
These mistakes will cost you. It's a B round.
Так, Геймер Лига Форс, они пушат Б. Размен. Размен, еще двое на Б. АБЦ и вода. Про воду есть инфа. Но, блять, вот тупой вольт не может пристрелять. Ситуация 2 в 4. 2 в 4, Снакс и Изак. Два бездаря. Два бездаря, просто. Ну, Снакса, блять, конечно же. Блять. Пожалуйста, блять. Геймер Лиген, сука, Геймер Лиген, блять.
So does he. Great work. From Imperial. And
Блять, у меня еще. Блять, я еблан.
for Gamer Legion to get in control completely
Всё,
of
вот.
finances and have 4, potentially 5.
Сука.
Now they're gonna have to concede exactly that.
Все, эко, нормально, 5-3.
To 3. I want to see for Imperial.
Ну, дефолтный пуш мы, да?
Never go the Jason
Ну,
first,
блять,
so
всех уже трахнули.
I will.
Minor damage to Volt.
Как же... Так, бегут лонг все. Боженька Снак заколил.
Leader scampering up long.
Или кто там у них капитан, вообще мне насрать.
Up and over, but should just get mowed down. Look at all the bodies for Imperial to deal with this.
Ну, сейчас пизда.
Step out.
Зален топус, блять. Все. Отлит топус.
Have a field day. Every
Вообще ни одного килла. Нет, может здесь... Нет.
day you have all 5
Фу, нормально. Фу, все, пока нормально.
buys going to be available now for the Brazilians. This is a fantastic turnaround within this half. In the early stages, could have really gone wrong. And Gamer Legion to call their second tactical timeout.
Блять, tactical timeout.
Rounds in. Calling your second of
Так, пока tactical timeout мы
And they're going to need to win 2 consecutive if they want to
посмотрим,
break.
блять, появились ли...
If I'm
Блять, я
you
еблан.
know, burning 2, maybe even all 3 within the first half. If you're looking likely to break through and get a decent bag around, you know that the boys can get it on the CT side. You don't need to hold their hands as much, but potentially assisting as far as these T rounds.
Все, вот, чат есть. Все.
Now it's a technical that's been called, so
Ну, какой-то, блять, там пишет.
need to get ironed out of the system. A very important series.
Осуждаю.
Just joining us. Elimination on the line. Progression available for the winner. That'll join. Almost got all the names, don't we?
Фу, блять, ну Вольта, Аккор. Сука, Аккор, ты ёбаный снайпер, блять.
Around the hotel
Ты должен талантом быть, просто таланта показывать. Пожалуйста, соберись просто. Я же собрался и начал этот стрим. Ну и ты соберись.
So it wasn't Boom's on the way down. It's me and someone else. Our room to go. Eddie's went all the way to the top floor. Go all the way to the ground powerful and getting a different lift.
Yeah, no, that one lift just doesn't like us.
Бля, не повезло.
But yeah, that list of teams, obviously Heroic Cloud9
Мне просто Империал, ой, Геймер Лиги, ну пиздец не везет.
I saw them today. Big smiles on their faces after qualification yesterday. Eternal Fire, Pain, Mongols just now, and then
Просто, блять, это просто пиздец, я не знаю.
at the table.
Big U bloody zero.
Ну счет, ладно, счет нормальный, это не вторая карта. Можно,
Round 9 has in store for us.
ебать, нормально, за Лентопус.
With a partner in crime to start an early aggressive
Так, значит, фуллбай у Геймер Лиги.
double con. Which is where
Хай.
Snacks and Bolt find themselves.
Разбивать двери, Империал.
This Molly things could get interesting.
Ебать, двое кон стоит. Вообще ни одного ни лонг, ни туалеты, блядь.
They might have liked. Here comes the fight.
Вольт, включай таланта. Почти разменяли. Блядь, сейчас разменяют. Блядь, убивает Снакса. Ну, Снакс, понятно, блядь. Кеос в спине. Кеос, считай, в спине. Нет, кидают флешку.
Flash has
Повезло.
swinging off the back of that. He starts to progress.
And he's rotating. There's a massive gap available.
There's an opportunity here. It's only short.
Видишь двоих? Ну ты видишь двоих! Еще второй!
Hold up, Isaac.
Down, yeah, no one at all.
But he should have been because Phelps got the kill.
Ну ты видишь двоих? Ну ты просто повернись и до головы дай.
Really hinge on Acor, and he's had a very quiet start. This would be his second frag, and it would be a perfect time for him to arrive. Don't forget. he's
Вольта Акор в клатч 2 в 3.
operating under just 14
Инфы
points.
есть инфа по Фелпсу.
Could do it. That's
Вольт не убивает.
possibilities. They now know where Phelps is hiding.
2 в 2. Снайпер на...
Echo has a
Так, их контролит снайпер, но... А нет, это не снайпер. Блин, Сэмки чисто стоит пьяный вообще.
full rotation on. Henny might get
35 секунд.
you can see him starting to
Ситуация 2 в 2.
clearing down connected with the
Хенни в спине. Должен был слышать зум! Сука, ну...
Just into Volt.
Инфы по второму нету. Но он предполагает.
Takes that to the face. Wide swing. Henny tested, baits the shot. Misses his chance. Acor trying to fight Henny. Two's nail Henny. Not feeling the pressure. Stable. A triple kill with the AWP to put sixth on the board. Now you said it already.
Да блять.
One of the reasons we're seeing so many game legions.
Клоун.
Just finding maybe that elusive four.
4 or 5 would be brilliant. Three's already very workable.
Извините, блять.
It felt like Isaac just tuned out to the possibility of another player short, even though they must have known it was Phelps. So the information not flowing freely at the moment for Gamer Legion.
And I said 4x3 because I'm pretty sure you could see them on the corner of Kioz's POV.
Maybe just laser focused.
Yeah, that too.
My concern right now is, will we even see an Acor AWP on the T side?
Мы продолжаем.
He hasn't been able to bring one out just yet.
Мы продолжаем.
He hasn't been
6-3. Блять, у Геймриган ли Эко. Они не выиграли важнейший, сука, раунд.
Perfect.
Это очень плохо, но...
Confidently.
Фу, блядь.
Well, Flash is on Snacks. If he
Инфа вроде была.
deliver one, they don't do anything. There's the
Не
flash.
получилось с хаяшками. Пьяный, ну убей!
Isaac
Ладно, размен.
Now that all comes through, sweeps the rest under the rug. No,
Ну и Снакс, блядь.
down as well to decent. And look at how happy he is. He is making a lot of noise. If only we could hear it.
Yeah, it's true Brazilian style.
Пожалуйста, выиграйте эти матчи, блядь. Я вас поставлю на 0-3, блядь. В легендах. Умоляю, блядь.
You go to the highest of highs, lowest of lows. But right now, working wonders for Imperial. And that has to come down to the
Сука, очень прям...
one over the top.
Пиздец,
Now,
блядь.
Gray, we saw it hit the target, but Phelps has came
Блядь, а у
through
меня случайно...
and bowed them out. So let's go. Gamer Legion. They have been able to bring out the Acor AWP. Aggressive through the smoke. Flashed off again. These white screens, very pesky for Gamer Legion thus far.
Блядь. Все, фуллбай. Выигрываю 2 раунда.
Spotted him.
За КД как Империал ебут. Все.
So you're kind of trapped now.
You were.
You were. Yeah. I think it's twice. Maybe he's just going to try and take
Wider
this fight.
angle.
Does mean Phelps might have an opportunity.
Находит. Дабл зум.
Warning out. Tagged up. Volt
Нормально. Это нормально, похуй.
bag and Volt
Фелпс.
expecting this angle. Oh, and no one's expecting this angle. Phelps with some aggression rewarded.
3 в 3.
It's a combination of aggression and
3 в 3. Снакс, соло.
with the double. So 3 on 3.
Лучший люркер на свете, Снакс, давай.
Gamer Legion
Блять, бомба брошена, один на бан.
polished in their awareness in a few of these outcomes. And he should be set for at least one of the
Молодец.
Would you really expect no way to go for something like
Бомба, нужна бомба.
right? You just have to watch the game the other day against Apex to see when they do go for these aggressive aim maneuvers. It's
Не
definitely
пикай.
individual.
Подожди своих, не пикай. Ладно, нормально. Инфа есть, то что один на ящиков. Но второго не знают.
One good flash and this
Блять.
is apart.
Блять, видишь, видит, убивает.
So well controlled this crossfire. The sweaty face it stacks need to take notes of that one. That is perfect. Let's bolt into an uncomfortable. Not impossible.
Одного убивает. 10 секунд, не успевает.
The rotation's coming through. Is he really gonna fake it out? Decent with the check it.
Сука, блять.
Could have had something there, but Decent doesn't seem to think so. 12 frags already. Very good, a promising talent.
Пожалуйста,
In the
блять.
bank. If they can keep it clean, if they can continue.
Пожалуйста, блять, выиграйте, сука.
It's gonna spiral a little far out of control. You said 3's workable, I agree. But 7 consecutive CTs. We know where the momentum.
Сука, ну тут обосрались пиздец, блять.
They're starting to get emptied out of the tanky game of Legion because they've had their opportunities. They were in multiple positions. That's another round where they found the opening pick and then were still unable to convert. And in the
Сука, соберитесь, блять.
last streak of 6, the bomb hasn't gone down at all. So there are huge issues for Gamer Legion, who early on in the piece had chances.
They've got so many options, Chad. It's like they've just got a full stack book
Опять 4Б, блять, отыгрывают, сука. Ну зайдите просто на и все, блять.
into the mix. And they think twice actually of sticking around. You kind of showed your hand. You know it's going to be costly for Gamer Legion to re-clear that.
Блять, Аккор не включился, просто Аккор, блять. 2.8 летит.
Boost here at short. Yeah, will be. You've already got Henny quite aggressive.
Блять, да нет, ну нет, ну нет.
So dynamic. I'm very impressed too. They got all the info they need. If he sticks around, down goes
Might
Isaac.
as well stay here.
Why not? You've
Yeah.
got Henny holding him pipe. Stax is going to jump straight into their jaws, and that is an unbelievably convincing round.
Henny's grabbed another. This one's over.
I am in. Oh, Imperial. They are looking motivated. They are looking refined. They are looking beautiful. Counter-Strike in the server tonight.
Нормально.
In the bank on CT.
Their celebrations have even been.
Они еще не проиграли.
Vinny even having a chuckle looking back at the coach, Zach.
Dude, every round is something new. I'd be so annoyed trying to play against this.
I just want to
Ладно, перерыв здесь, перерыв.
because Gamer Legion did have.
Сука, 3 раунда взять за 5 раундов, блять, и все.
They kept pressure on within the first 5 rounds. Right, they won the first, they
Right.
followed up with the second. The next 2, the bombs were going down. They were keeping
Блядь,
back and forth with the
ебало,
trades.
вот так
It was
сделать и
1-on-1.
всё.
Remember, Vinny had to clutch that one out on the A
yes.
site on the 4th round, and then they even broke them in the 5th. Henny saves an AWP, unknown. It's a couple of 5-7s, a couple of MP9s, and Henny's AWP. And since then, nothing.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I suppose that's also this is where MR12 gets all the more punishment. Like that, and everything else just falls beautifully into place for Imperial.
Ёбаный рот.
So extreme.
Akor has to wake up on the CT side. He has a hugely important task of being the A AWPer. You need to find impact and influence. Henny managed 11 kills in his first half. Akor starting the second with 2. We can forget about that. We can just start him at 0, but we'll have to contribute.
Всё, стакнули. 3 нас встали. Забирать раунд. Просто поводи, блять, ну убей ты одного. Молодцы.
Find no way. Nice one back from Decent. That's what the P250 does best. Long range Glocks.
Хорош.
Top. Good shot.
Блять, заебали дохнуть.
And it again. And 30.
Everyone's here.
Oh, he's done it.
Нас.
The smoke. Snacks.
Nice, блять, снак.
Double. They have the advantage. Henny has the bomb though. They can reset. You can see it starting to fall away. Vinny hanging around on headshot. With the hopes that he goes overlooked and
Все, не пуш.
really got a third in him.
Отойди, успокойся, попей кофейку. Все хорошо, не надо репикать. Блять, не надо пикать. Вообще уйдите.
Still. One more peek from Isaac. Yeah, careful.
Не пикай. Ты 6 хп. Ты 6 хп. Вы все лоу.
One versus three.
Как же потеет бразилец, как же он потеет.
30 seconds. How do Gamer Legion approach this? You can see
They're
the
rotating
site.
already.
Yeah, they're all gonna kind of play at least with a position to trade. Door open, audible. Isaac drops in. I don't know if Henny's gonna be anticipating so quick of a rotation.
Инфа есть, инфа же есть.
Isaac, this is perfect. Well played by him. Look at the pre-fire. Just as he pulls
Молодец.
the bomb, somebody put him down. There's no
Все,
time.
времени нет.
There is absolutely no time. And just like that, the clock, his greatest adversary, he'll take the frags,
Ладно.
but they will not leave with the round.
Okay, well,
Более-менее взяли.
for Henny because staying alive right there, sure, gets all the kills, 4 to his name. Only has 1350 to splash in this next round of play, so actually has the least amount of money on his team.
Yeah, it softens the blow with the 3 kills, but still not as promising as going down or winning the round.
Yeah, the plant would have been
That's true too.
amazing, but just no chance. It was wild
Это-
with that free fire. You see the traces, felt like they were going to the moon.
Да.
Yeah, I mean,
Нормально. Сразу.
don't let
Сразу отлетела одна шваль, считай.
The campaign begins.
Можно жить.
Definitely don't want to walk away from this map getting both pistols.
Так, 9-5. Это 9-5.
It's your
Это
map.
уже нормально. Это уже нормально. Это уже более-менее.
Next to Nuke. Third and decisive, we need to get there. And later today, one more best of 3. Saw taking on
Все, инфа есть все.
for the final spot from the opening
Все, 2 каленых.
elimination
Все.
stage.
1 мертв, 2 каленых.
starting this tournament so
Ну
poorly.
без этого на виню убей, блядь.
Have since gone on quite the run. They've won 4 maps consecutively.
Левее, блядь.
Now just Saw standing in their way.
Вообще чуло похуй.
I think that should be a pretty nice match.
I'm intrigued. I am very interested to see what form we get out of Saw.
Ну дожмите этого Фелпса, блядь, бездаря. На бездаре. Найс.
5 staying alive. Could
Хорош.
be better. Plant denied.
Хорош. Блядь, это электроник давно, только Шрек.
It is just a 4-round gap
Ладно.
to head into the first gun round.
Все, сегодня.
First, tactical timeout, so you can see most of these being expended by both teams on the T side. But the bigger conversations need to be had, and you do have a bit of a relationship, obviously, with Zach, Henny, like this team. Well, has remnants of once upon a time the Immortals, PGO Krakow, 2017, Grand Final.
Нормально. Тайм-аут у Империал, это уже серьезно, это значит они уже не знают, что делать. Все, растеряны.
Didn't go too well after the major for them, but it was a good major.
Yeah.
And we all remember what became of them quickly after.
Вообще никто не играет, блядь. Геймер Легин, вообще никто не играет. Все хуйней страдают какой-то. Просто соберитесь.
Swimmingly, we've already discussed at length the reasons for that. Not only was it
Просто... Ой, извините. Просто собраться и все.
their defensive setups, but it was also that fumble against the saved
This is
AWP.
aggressive. Too aggro long.
Hyper aggressive.
Агрессивно. Агрессивно решили сыграть.
Way was ready. Vault good, an important trade, but there's Henny right back. So CT's empty-handed. This is where Snacks though does some of his best work.
this is
You're
cheeky.
not ready for that. Look at this, back behind. And he turns around for a second. He thought it was a bit too quiet.
Stacks was halfsy help.
Молодец.
And Vinny
Убивает второго. Убивает второго.
once.
Он его убьет.
This is all he needs. He only needs to put 2 to the body.
Nice.
Catch is decent aggressing. Now Snacks brings the fight as well, confirms the presence of 2.
Снак живет. Снак максимально живет.
I can't believe he's still going. He's behind enemy lines.
These teammates are so far away.
It's a one-man mission. If he gets away, no, he's surely dead.
He is. He's gonna make it.
Phelps? Oh, no.
Найс. И выжил еще. Все, все просто.
Disappears.
Прекрасная игра от Снакса.
Half of his health in that exchange.
Конечно, чуть не убили
Fill
его.
that void. Phelps and Vinny in combination. Up through Fountain, slinking towards this A site. A cores aggressed out towards Sewer. He's got their rotation covered off. If they do try and head back towards Monster, and if they come down connector out the door. Snacks now up long, and if Isaac just jump spots from sight, he'll have that information. So this setup.
Идут лонг. Блять, прямо на Снакса.
This angle. He
Накалил, нормально. 2-2. 20 секунд.
information, good at util to delay them. So walk through this off a flash. Isaac.
Должен убивать. Видит. Найс, двоих убивает. Все. Отлично.
Upgrades his FAMAS and a
Слаженная.
game legion. It looked like
Немного
way.
агрессивная.
I believe Henny finding that aggressive.
Игра в Геймер Лиге. Просто отлично. Все, и забирать шестой раунд для себя. Вот здесь еще Снак не обосрался, конечно.
Well, you could tell he was aware of the Snack's push because he's underarmed the flash over the wall. So they're aware
Nice.
of the maneuver that they're seeing, but you're not expecting someone to be.
Кстати, Киос, вот этот, который орет все время, это считай наш. Он играл в Симон вроде с Перфекта. Так что считай наш пацан. Эйкор жестко отыгрывает. Эйкор, видишь? Блядь, ну даблзум ты сделай! С текнами в коне. Бля, смертельно. Но Геймер Лига играет от планта. А когда играешь в планте, практически невозможно что-то сделать с глоками и текнайнами. Так что считай, это выигрышный раунд. Блять, Галиль. Один Галиль, два текнайна, 3 текнайна и 1 глок. Ну, маленькие шансы, но есть. Будут жестко резко заходить. Инфа должна быть уже у Вольта по лонгу. Да, есть инфа, но все-таки они минус 50. Аккор. Так, нормально. Начинает раскидку. Ну, Вольт. Вольт не дает шанса. Фелпс тоже. Ну, Вольт трипл оформляет нормально. 1 в 3 Фелпс. 30 секунд. Блять. 15 секунд. Кидает смоук. Плент. Бля, плент за иксом, к сожалению. Не повезло, это сейф. Все. Хорош. Еще и убили. Руки уже запотели. Нихуя как Вольт отыгрывает-то, блять, без рук нахуй. Ох. Да блять. Блять, гандон. Так, что у нас происходит? Так, у нас фулбай на фулбай. Тоже важнейший раунд. Сейчас до Геймер Лиги. На Сакс находит. Блять, не находит, нет! Сука! Находит в центре его. На лаке. Из АКС-2. Ой, туда нахуй, Винни самому себе смог. Молик точнее въебало. А нет, он попал, бля, ебал. Аккор может найти сейчас килл. Аккор. Загорает Винни. 4 в 4. Проходит туалеты. Так, Фэлс проходит туалеты. Это... Не знаю, была инфа или нет. Но вы сейчас может словить тайминг, если не ловит. Смотри, умирает. А бомба-то вы съебать. В жопе. Так, Фэлс. Нормально пока. Но это А. Это А. Геймер Лиги там стоит вдвоем, бля. У Вольта есть инфа, все, стягивайтесь. Стягивайтесь, у вас инфа, что это 2 туалеты. Вольт с меня. 2 в 2. Как это случилось, я не понял.
Knowledge is back, the most likely outcome here. Azek has a flash. They have an orb. No way picks it up with the low HP. Phelps waiting for the round. No way. Contingency. Oh, that was the only brought lower. He only had a low HP. Now Acor in the clutch. He's running light on time. Calls the bomb. No way, just calling the bluff. That's so cheeky. He knows he's won the round now. Acor, what can you do? Run away in the save. No way comes up clutch.
Oh, I think Ash's reaction there, he just saw hand on the head. Should have been their round. I love the way that Kios and Volt played that in combination. Kios was just delaying front sight, making sure they couldn't get towards the...
Бля, я не понимаю, почему он не пикал? Блять.
through.
Блять, ебаная лаки, сука.
Decent, just catching Snacks off guard. No way as well. These two younger names. It's great showing. Look, not a huge amount of impact for No Way. Sorry, a huge amount of kills, but impact. He has 7 frags so far, but that round means an awful lot. You consider the damage that was just done in the previous by Phelps' Galil. That compounds. That's some big issues for Gamer Legion, who are taking their 3rd tactical timeout, trying to make this buy work. It's going to be very light on in the util department because they are opting for primarily rifles. There will just be one incendiary. Everybody
Год, просто год сидит.
one HE and a handful of flashes. So they don't have a lot of util to be able to slow and stall out.
Боже, просто загораживает священную икону. Споко. В прямом смысле. Так. Пока вообще ничего агрессивного, жесткого нету. Бля, Акора сейчас могли, кстати, вот, да, Акора могли сейчас наши пики прямой. Сейчас он убегает, а его с шаров пикнули, по эфе, пизда бы Рамлу сразу, нахуй. Пока непонятно, пока непонятно. Пока нельзя ничего говорить. Так, почти убивает Исака, ну, блядь, сосет хуй. Пидорас. Осуждаю. Жестко играет, прям вообще в планту. Ну, с Геймер Лиги. Хуй знает, пока хуй знает. Попадает одной пулькой. Нормально. Попку. Зеленый топус. Охуеть. Чё они делают, блять, бразильцы? Кинули флеш на сами в кон. Исака Киос на Б. Исаку. Киозу придется сейчас соло, блять. Снакс ритает, снакс ритает. Хени смотрит, Хени же смотрит. Блять. 3 в 3. Найс! Хороший шот. Реально. Будет шот. 10 секунд. Просто нахуй хаешку бы закинуть туда. Чекать снакса. Блять.
To be cleared out, and yeah, Acor backs away first. I mean, sorry, second time we've seen Acor in a clutch. Hasn't been able to have a single speck of impact.
Yeah, so worried about getting hunted down now as well, and that hunt is coming. Needs to hold on to this, committed to the save, and will be afforded that opportunity by the kill. But Henny.
Блядь. Ну зачем ты идешь, шорт? Зачем? Я понимаю, если бы они плентили, но они заплентили. У них лежит смог в планту. Что ему чекать?
And this is it. Henny, the late piece with the bomb. Kios tries to get tricky with it. He's able to pick up one shot, but then the monster smoke clears. Henny's got the easiest kill of his life, and then just pipes in towards the site. Snack stepping out when his teammates couldn't contribute. Snack's really needed to wait for the smoke. Played way too quick in that round and gave away the number advantage.
Outlook bleak for Gamer Legion on their pick.
And they're going all in as well.
Сука, 7 подряд взяли, черти.
2400 loss bonus, so their options are so limited. And the thing is, if you don't force buy behind the orb,
ёбаный Фелпс игру жизни играет. Вместе с Хенни.
MP9s, Famus, 5-7, light smattering of util again. But they need to hope that they can find themselves in an exchange early to try and win the rounds in some chaos. Because if it just peters out and then becomes one of these scenarios where the map control is taken for Imperial, they should be able to close with the util and superior weapons.
Блять, важнейший раунд. Найс убивает главного пидораса в этой теме. Отлично, блять, отлично, блять. Отлетела, сука, шваль.
Some of the best shots we've
Сидите, сука, на своем фонтане, блядь, дальше.
Remember that one on Vertigo?
Yeah. Turn his monitor off, he'd be fragging up a storm.
This is one way to get them back into it, but if you're Gamer Legion, a round win, sure, it's compulsory, but it's the way that you do it. How many players can you keep alive? What type of weapons can you scavenge? I might be getting ahead of myself because still 4 players survive, 2 of them heavy hitters. Phelps and DC.
Сука.
This saved orb is really what it hinges on. Victory continues.
Блять, озорную делают. Где у них бомба? Почему бомбы на карте нет? А, нет, бомба... А, бомба типа вот так. Бомба у Винни. Они под Б идут.
Well timed on the smoke there from Kios, so monster close.
Все, под Б уже трое. Нормально.
Three of the rotation again. Snacks has cheated over. Looks like Acor and Volt are also getting the message.
Бля, проебут раунд, я каждому в Копенгаген прилечу и поеблищу их хилстану.
3 players through monster as another smoke hits the deck. Real problems.
They have to go. A flash, a nade on the smoke, good counter flash, good
Все, без шансов.
from the MP9 combined.
Без шансов.
Phelps that gives them something to celebrate, but he just wants to get out of there. He's got $2,000 in his bank account as well. Not so fortunate is Vinny, $50 as well.
Сука, забирайтесь, блять, сколько
Rounds
нахуй.
in monster for sure. Get your hands on some upgrades.
Заберите 6 раундов подряд, блять, как эти пидорасы,
Okay
блять.
for the trouble. Snacks unfortunately just going to carry through with the 5-7, but they do get the round, and that comes through an A-core opening. Gamer Legion are going to need plenty more of that.
Заткнись, сука, блять, не говори, блять.
Got taken short. All right, well let's see what the CT defense shapes up to be.
Бля, пиздец.
Okay, an orb. Some pistols brought into the mix.
Не пикай. Не пикай, плохо кончится. Найс. Найс! Как же ты видишь? Класс орла!
Well, 2 rounds in a row, the orb has opened up the account for Gamer Legion. That's what
Ну, как у собаки, блядь. Отлично, блядь.
good info play. Kio's calling it clear. He doesn't know exactly what lies, but didn't see any.
Чуваки, они там. Уже в тельте. Сейчас, блядь, этот пацан такор на обед ест. Этот пацан такор на обед ест.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they re-aggress here. The comms are is B's quiet. You can see that Volt's reaction is a divider, smoke, and a walk. He'll set himself up with snacks. Kios to cover the long gap.
This is perfect.
Просто идет через смог пьяный, а нет. Да не все, они не знают, что делать. Ну, подсад, блядь, опять делал. Децентры чисто для подсада существуют в этом мире.
That's an idea.
Бля, вот это сейчас, кстати. Подсад у них. Бля, если Хей не делает флик, это все. Все, инфа есть. Ты да. Второй зум дал, все, инфа есть. Блять, не слышно? Это было не слышно. Знак убивает двоих. Найс, жирный.
Poised to collect onto
Найс, Вольт.
pull up, and Gamer Legion are making it a game after all.
Залин топус.
A nice little look into how those rounds end and just discussing the type of.
Блять, как же Вольт, как же аккорд читает. Бля, вот в Геймер Лиге, блять, все, у всех, блять, я путаюсь в никнеймах, потому что у Геймер Лиги просто у всех, блять, никнеймы из 4 букв состоит. Вольт, Аккор, Киос, Исак, Снакс. Ну, блять, то есть. Пиздец. Так, Бездер с диглом.
Interesting call.
Самый бездер, кстати, у них в тиме. После No Way.
All in towards the
Фу.
No one really safeguarding any of those pushes for Info B. Con to be investigated as well. Alright.
Ну, как у собаки, голос. Какого? Так, кто? Аккор? Нет, Вольт, блядь, на миду. На лангу точнее. Чё Вольт-то на миду делает? Улетел. Бля, трое на Б стоят.
Well, they've gone through the procedures.
Пиздец, сейчас клапан у меня не выдержит уже. Быстрее доигрывайте Геймер Лиги, ну эту хуйню.
Helped them last time.
Я на перерыв на пососать, блять, отойду. Так, нормально, какую-то хуйню делают Империал, это в пользу Геймер Леген.
40 seconds. Acorn holding this gap.
Блять, как же читают эти два гения, просто читают, блять.
28. 3 here to defend. Gamer Legion. But
Бля, представляю, насколько у них потные руки, вонючие, потные. Вот эту хуйню ты сейчас делаешь вообще.
Hill comes no way. A nice impactful frag, an important trade. Acorn left empty-handed after the one, and now down goes Snacks. Vinny's Deeg. Good for it. Finds the upgrade, finds the plant. 12. It should be. Isaac in a unenviable position here, and Isaac, this is a hard.
Исаак, ну ты же убивал. Блять.
And now Imperial can taste it, they can feel it. To take your opponent's pick in a do or die matchup at the major.
You see the way that that execute just made Gamer Legion think it was going to their bodies too long. They all turned their attention to the one.
Сука, просто ты пьяное чмо, блять. Ты должен... Сука, ну вот нахуя, вот вы два гения стоите в туалетах. Просто, сука, Воль должен был знать то, что его пикнут, он должен был первый пикнуть и трахнуть, блять. А Аккор должен был убить банан. И все. Ну нет, блять, этот стоит, его, конечно же, или пикают, потому что это самая дефолтная позиция вообще во всем мире. Ну нет, блять, он стоит на месте. А Аккор как пьяный, лонг смотрит, и бананы, туалеты, блять. Его и убили с банана, блять. Куда ты прешься, черт? Аккор, размен. Киос, пьяное чмо, сейчас дабл мог дать. Фэлпс. Подай идут.
Huge gamble coming in from Gamer Legion, rotating all of their pieces over towards B. Maybe push through. If the kills come in against the likes of Isaac and Kios, then maybe they just filter it towards the B side, but they definitely can't just sit here.
This is inspired. Kios is going to have a boost angle for Vinny's jiggle. Oh, it needed to be a kill.
Ops pushing short.
Acorn nails it.
Абсолют.
Towards A boys, take some space. I'd be screaming.
Сейвите, все, сейв! Сейв!
Three of them with their knives out. It's a race.
Сейв!
Out. It's a
Куда я перемотал, блять?
30 seconds, and they will have to set up in time.
Сука, кто мне пишет?
They're in the right place, chat. Gamer Legion calling upon Acorn. He nails another. A double kill from the AWP. 2 frags in the first half. 12 here in the second.
Пиздец.
You can still disrupt.
3 в 4.
Kios
Киос.
by the smoke. Saves from the
Какой же он гений! Какой же бездарь!
the shot now up to Kios.
Молодцы, все.
Done it now, Petty. Not
12-10.
last hope. Isaac will finish, and 2 more required for OT.
Oh, just holding on, aren't they? But that's a massive call to make and a number disadvantage. Hey, let's rotate all of our pieces to B. Let's get a boost going. They're able to catch them off guard and then corral them.
Ладно, короче.
Get them into exactly
Почитаю
where they
пока,
want them.
блять,
Outrage
комментарии.
towards the site.
Так.
Oh, it's just massive work from Acorn.
It almost worked out better by the fact that the boost didn't get the kill because it gives them the information. There's 3B. The orb short, there's no way he was boosting. There's 3B, get your ass to A, but that's exactly what Gamer Legion wanted.
Да, я с ней сижу, реально. Вы что думали, блять?
Counter-Strike is being played at a high level here in Copenhagen.
This is going to be a B go.
Спустя, блять, месяц, блять, должен выйти контент. Вот контент. Блять, пиздец, короче, я не знаю.
Is anybody playing anti-flash right now for Gamer Legion? That's the biggest question. But Snap is probably
Просто Снакс, просто жирный, блять, должен ультануть. Просто сила бомучи, ты должен спитать.
Isaac, are you ready for this? This could be awkward if it's not.
Nice.
Kios only gets one.
Похуй, нормально.
Isaac
Найс. И убивает Винни. Убивает Винни!
slipping the net.
Ты помоги ты ему!
Isaac finds himself an AK-47.
А, он сдох.
Decent on short. Snacks on the bridge. And he does
Nice.
get the frag onto Decent
Убивает.
without the frag onto Vault.
У Хени нет выбора.
It all onto head. He's gone to
Найс! Найс, найс, найс!
We'll see the final round of regulation. Gamer Legion, they are hanging on by their
Куда?
fingertips.
And the buy is going to work out nicely. Kios can purchase himself. Snacks and Acor can both drop rifles. So we'll be a
Сука.
available for Gamer Legion to defend one that's take us to overtime.
Эко не въебали, какие же молодцы.
Kill just there, highlighted well there by the Obs team. The flash over from Acor, which tells you the comms are flowing in a pressure
В поток!
situation.
В поток!
Flash, Snacks waiting for
Так, сколько у Снакса? Какой у него?
They close it down.
They want both pistols and it's
Снакс КД набил!
gotta give it
Это уже
for their performance here, but it could very
все в КД вышли, кроме Вольта. Ну, Вольт, ладно, ему прощается, наверное, капитан.
well OT in this one.
Извините. Это конная, блядь, ирганина. Да. Извините, просто я уже жрать хочу это, блядь. Бля.
Waiting for it. Kios dead, expecting a second. Decent. That's more than that. That's outstanding. He's taken them both down. A leg up in the round. Mission accomplished. A man advantage. Can Imperial close this?
Might be a little bit more cautious this time round. Last time the AWP showed its hand, they ran in towards a stack. Phelps next up to the plate. Two to do it towards long. They've heard him.
Oh, he can still find one. Nice
3 в 3.
work from Volt. Save Snacks is high.
Винни пьяный несется.
Finish them on the long side.
Молик и Блантос.
Turn of the flash. He will have vision ready for the fight.
Найс! Какой же ты биг! Какой же ты абсолют!
Fighting tooth and nail. No way in Henny. What have you got for us?
Куда вы несетесь? Куда вы несетесь? Куда вы несетесь?
It's dropped in. Doesn't mean anything now. Trying to hold this short cross or not. That's the tail end. Perfect.
Молодец! Найс! Какой же он абсолют!
Force OT.
What a comeback. What a way back into this game. And
С 9-3! С 9-3 счета!
regulation with only two of them being in that first half. Henny not looking
爸爸说真的，金进去后翻，金进后王，我们不进中，金进场，为何王，已经出中王，为何王，你是看中龙，金正中中，金进场中，我不中中，那爸爸王没准，那我不明白我。
You know, it can go the other way at times.
Там тренер умер у них тренер умер. У Империал тренер умер аж.
From your AWP on the CT side.
You said it, right? I mean, you said that round one.
Они словили поток.
Managed to force
Они словили поток. Не, ну Винни абсолют. Винни абсолют. Бля, у него каждая игра 8 просто на 16.05, когда сидит чел.
If Imperial lose this round and Henny was losing his cool and not just firing up the team, if I'm Zach, I'm taking a timeout just to cool them down.
Yeah. Go for the two-man boost. This is the jump spot. I don't think
Not.
he's gonna be able to. Ooh, he does it again.
Нормально.
Snack's lucky to be alive there. That was
Снакс лаки.
instead of the head.
Это факт.
Try and walk
Уходи, 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 абсолют. Он чувствует, у него глаз Императора.
up. Spots one. Using this information to take gaps, take space. He knows it's likely there's no one here, so he'll just hoover up this.
Глаз как у собаки, а нюх как у орла.
Covered though. Bolt. Ooh, covered by eight.
Просто он чувствует, он знает все. Он знает то, что Вольт бездарь, и поэтому идет ему помогать.
What's happening there? Isaac was moving towards the monster pipe. Yeah.
Какой же Сигма.
Unsupported for now.
It's always so scary playing that position. No.
Убили самого крутого, это очень импактно. Но у них лоу Снакс и Вольт. Особенно Вольт. Но это не смертельно.
Spot.
Блять, смертельно, походу.
So having success is decent in there.
30 секунд.
Last few, but last
30 секунд, а, блять, португальцы не понимают, куда идти. Им сейчас молик закинут. Блять,
4-on-4
читаемо.
They're coming in.
This is super uncomfortable now. Snacks and Kios would have to do something rather absurd, like catching Henny with his nade pulled. He lives, covered by No Way. One back from Acor. This frustrating orb keeps finding the frags. Good cover. Acor onto decent in the meantime. A 2-on-2.
2 в 2. Винни бездарь, Винни бездарь. Отлетела шваль. Хенни. Без сенсаций, без сенсаций.
Ferreira doesn't exist for HP. Can he isolate these two? If he takes down the head-to-head, if he has a shot onto Acor, he's calling the bluff on the defense.
Найс! Найс, 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 найс!
Kilo's making some noise. The alligator able to snap shut, or unable to snap shut on round 13. An opportunity.
That was just the two of them. 5 frags between the two of them. It's Acor again, finding 3 frags. Yeah, maybe that timeout is necessary. We'll see this cover. That should have been a frag.
Блять, какой же он абсолют. Я ставлю конфиг Акора.
Acor. Yeah, just hitting all of them now. Had a shake.
Вольт бездарь, что ты хоть смог.
Nice from Volt as well. Creeps up close to the angle. Much harder for Henny to react to it. Knew what he was up against. Okay, first round of OT goes Game Allegiance way, so the momentum is firmly in their side of the court.
Staying dynamic with the setup. Acor back over towards B with the AWP. And at this moment, if you're Snacks and Acor's starting to call his own peaks, call his own rounds, you'd love it.
Ладно, пока ничего не происходит, как обычно я прочитаю так. Блять, потом, Саня, скинбокс. Расписание поменялось. Я знал, что они за час до, блять, запустятся, я кое-как успел, в 2-2 подключился. Снакс, блять, как же Снакс чувствует? Он чувствует каждую частицу, каждую текстуру. Ладно, не убил Снакс. Нанес жесткий прям импакт. Без РСВП. Чё там Винни колет? Он 8 на 17 идет. Он что-то еще говорит, у него 8-17 счет. Я бы молчал. Это первый доп, он 8-17 сидит, блядь. Пиздец. Вольт. Ты бездарь? А его не без... Да! И убиваешь второго. Найс! Тихо, тихо. Спокойно, спокойно, блядь. Чуть не улетела. Икона священная.
Yeah, could have just swung immediately and taken the fight, but that would have given opportunities to Imperial. And you know, the fact that Henny's had AWPs in back-to-back rounds, in overtime, it means he won't be able to have it in all three. So he's bought it twice, now he's just relegated down to a Galil. That does suck.
Well, that stat is crazy. Acor has 100% success in his opening duels. He's got 5-0 in opening duels. Even when he was having a tough half, he wasn't the first to give it up. But every time he's chosen to take one, he's converted.
Well, the momentum's definitely swung, hasn't it?
Бестерская флешка. А, это у это Кемерс. Просто талантливая флешка. Все максимально пока одинаково. Блять, нет, они идут лонг. Они идут лонг. Зелентопус. Из этой флешки уже инфа есть. По вам уже инфа есть! О, какой же! Боже, Молюсь 2-0. Бля, как же он попадает в голову? У него Май год, блять. Чего я хотел сказать? О май... Что ты делаешь? Что ты делаешь?
Overpass, Acor giving us a masterclass tonight. Oh, better shot, decent. He's very quick with it.
А корни... Бездарь и талант. Пикай! Ну пикай, ну пошире ты пикни! Убивает бездаря. Какие же молодцы, просто отлично. Отличная игра от Геймер Лиги. Особенно Такора. Это просто его флики. Красный сидит, уже не знает, что нарать. Of that first half, money was an issue as far as full buys went. They were still able to get that Galil's, but Acor's AWP, I think we saw it once, maybe twice at most within the first half of play. Now he can have everything he wants. It means that Snacks can call with the full smorgasbord, right? I've got the U-tools for my connector control. I'm actually able to go for all of my options and openings. Побыстрее бы это закончилось, так хочу срать.
It's not default either, right? They're not just going through standard map control. 4 players outside B immediately. So this is telling that they don't just want to go for that map control. They actually want to have a direct play over the wall.
Расстреливай, долбоёб. Пока все нормально. Ебать, они куда летят-то сна? Куда вы летите-то? Ебать, они сейчас... Блять, они сейчас стакнут. Это уже серьезно. Да нет там никого. Молодец. Как же он чувствует? Инфа, инфа. Найс, хорош. Бездарь, бездарь, бездарь на бразильце. Киос каленый. Ну, Киос живет. Какая же у вас стрельба прекрасная. Отлично. 50 секунд. Все. 5 в 3. В пленту 5 людей сейчас. Найс! Не-не-не-не. Ты ничего не прострелишь. Все, не пикай, не пикай, не пикай. 2 в 3. Киоза убивают. На центре 1-2. Нету инфы, нету времени. Сука, лучшие, блядь. Сука, лучшие, блядь. Со счета 9-3. Саня, со счета 9-3, блядь. Они выиграли, бразильцы. Нет, это смотрю. Так, парни. Перерыв.
Yeah, breaking down, that is exactly what happened there. Rough to see. We usually wouldn't talk about stuff, you know, that's going on with the players on stage unless it goes out on broadcast, and then it's fair game because you at home saw it. We were obviously waiting to come onto the desk, and I mean, you know, that is a classic example of tilt. Textbook.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely, and there was all the reasons to tilt, right? I think we have to address this round 24 in two different angles. There's one side of it which is an incredible explosion of emotion towards the end, and we can see all the frustration. We see the exchange very heated between Henny and Vinny as well, and you have to realize this is just overtime, so you can make the argument there's no place to be in that mindset when you have the overtime starting. That's one side of the conversation, but I think this would overshadow another problem, which is an incredibly misplayed situation on the T side, which has been symptomatic of Imperial. And I talked about it. I talked about Vinny. I talked about the leadership in high tense moment. It's a 5 versus 3 where Imperial is reactive instead of being proactive. We hear the communication, we see what they're moving. Even though they have the advantage, they see 2 men on the B side, they run towards the A side. They see 2 on A, they run towards B. And you're a Gamer Legion, and even though you have a number disadvantage, you dictate the action. And that is a gross mistake as a leader. It's been misplayed by Imperial, and the reaction is obviously very damaging for them.
I think it even goes even further back in that second half. I'm remembering round number 22 where it was A-Core with a saved AWP. They had a couple of SMGs and whatnot. And I could listen, we're sitting behind Imperial players, we could hear the comms. And we might not be able to understand the language, but you know, 3B, yes. That's what he said, 3B. And they immediately pivoted back towards the A bomb site. But A-Core was, not just A-Core, the entire Game Legion team were 3 steps ahead. The moment he gets a kill towards B, he immediately pivots back towards A, and obviously the CT, you're gonna get to reach way faster than the T's. The T's reach over there, there's not much time remaining, A-Core gets a second kill as well. They were so many steps ahead, and I 100% agree with Matthew, the fact that that sort of reactive counter-strike on the T side especially, where you are deciding your plays based on what the CTs are doing, that's not going to pan out. That was a 9-3 lead, by the way.
I don't want to say that we did like a pretty great first death segment for this, but I think we actually did. We aced everything we talked about. Vinny with the calls, the temperament, being reactive instead of proactive. And then we said as well, A-Core's got to come alive.
He woke up.
And if they do, then Gamer Legion are in with a fighting chance, particularly on Overpass against anyone.
Let's get the basics out of the way. 2 kills in the first half, a billion gazillion on the second, right? That's the story of Aker here. But beyond that, I think he did an incredible job at stopping Imperial when they still had momentum and they felt brave on their T side. I think he is the main reason why he forced them to slow down. He had a number of very aggressive opening picks from the fountain position, punishing long anytime Phelps was trying to jump on that flower pot. That happened twice as well.
Yep.
And so these kills are the hardest to get. When your opponent is still hot on the trot, they have full momentum, they don't worry 1 second when they're gonna swing you. He did that, he stopped them. And once that had been established, we saw Imperial slow down the pace and have to dig a little bit deeper in the playbook, which they don't have. So Acor is the architect of that comeback. He stopped Imperial playing the counter-strike they wanted, forced them to slow down, they didn't have the quality.
I'm going to sprinkle in a bit of number right there, just to emphasize how monstrous he was, because we were being critical of him. 21-4 on the CT side.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and obviously as well, if you're not running a sophisticated T side and you're just running into that brick wall and losing rounds, it's pretty intense. I believe you guys picked out a round for us to look at to kind of illustrate
the final round
problem. Yeah, do you
the
want to do
absolute
it?
desolation. That you want to
well,
take that one? You want to walk us through it?
I mean, like, this is just, well, firstly, the double push coming up from Gamer Legion.
I thought they lost it right there, by the way.
It was a very brave play. I was like, that's kind of crazy. Now it's a 3v5 show, the trade takes place, and then just they see two players towards long. What do? They immediately pivot back, and they're just panicking, running in towards short. The Molotov, by the way, great Molotov coming in from the CTs. But by the time the T's, Imperial are heading towards A, onto the CTs already.
Ну что ж, я помыл руки. Я покакал. Ой, показывают, как орёт. Тренер в тильте лежит. А я жопу не довытер. Просто вы посмотрите, вы просто посмотрите, блядь. 7 раундов подряд взяли. Сука, сосать.
Okay, it's bad, but overtime's a reset.
I know, but
You're back to zero.
the story that is right there on your screen, it's symptomatic of a T side that isn't finding solutions towards the very end. So everyone is getting a little bit frustrated. Everyone is a bit
Просто я...
this double open kill, and instead of being
Парни, это все, понимаете? Вы понимаете. Молитву я читал перед стримом. А, нет. Я читал перед стримом, так что... Сука, сосать.
Okay, it's bad, but overtime is not the panic. And I'll point out as well, we didn't have a lot of time to talk about decently before we came in. I mean, what a mentality monster.
Ладно, пока переключусь, я думаю, молитву
You
надо.
know, he's the one calming everybody down.
I feel bad about
in that
that.
clip you just saw.
I feel bad about
putting
that.
up the numbers.
It's like, you know, the parents are fighting the kids like that. You're like, can we not yell at me?
not do this?
Can you
Like,
not throw,
hands
you know,
over
the
the ears.
bottles at me, Dad? Can we just calm down and let's make sure that we're happy together? I mean, the guy's
I don't know,
dropping
just
29
move on, we'll move past that.
Владыка Христа Божия, и же страстными своими страсти моя исцеливай, и язвами своими язвами моя уворачавай, даруй мне, много тебя перегрешившему слезы умиления. Сраствори моему телу от обоняния животворящего тела, моего и наслади душу мою твою честную кровитую от горести. Ею же меня противник напоя, возвыси мой ум к тебе, долю поникший, и возвыси от пропасти погибели, яко не имам покаяния, не имал умиления, не имал слезы утешительные, заводящая чадо ко своему наследию. Омрачихся умом в житейских страстях, не могу возвести к тебе в болезни, не могу согретися слезами, я жить к тебе любовью. Но, Владыка Господи Иисуса Христе, сокровище и благих, даруй мне покаяние всецелое, и сердце ледотрубное, и в взыскание Твою даруй мне благодать Твою, и обнови во мне зраки Твоего образа. Оставив Тебя, не останови меня, изыди, но взыскание мое возведи к пожитии Твоей, сопричти меня овцам, избранного Твоего стада, воспитай меня с ними от злака божественных Твоих таинств, молитвами перечистая Твоей Матери и всех Твоих. Аминь.
Terrible last round. That's his job.
And map 2, Mirage, is a map that, you know, Pearl should be winning on. Like, on paper, they look really good. That game against Heroic was them actually kind of running away with it until Nerds just went Super Saiyan. If memory serves, I think it went over.
Блять, мне опять попали эти.
And, you know, if everything's clicking, if they're playing the way they usually do, they should still be at map number 3, but 100% agree with you. There's always been a problem with a lot of the Brazilian teams and the players is that mentality, right? That mentality, it is a double-edged sword. We know how it can swing the other way, and hopefully Zach, he calms things down here.
Well, look, do you know what I like to do when I need to calm down? I like to look at some beautiful artwork. That's what I do. Penny, pay attention when you watch this VOD. You can see.
Да, блядь, что ты показываешь себе,
This is
похуй?
Displate, the sponsor for the match. Look at that. Isn't that a nice little
peaceful
It's
scene.
very colorful.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, got some supernova
Obviously,
and
as we
everything.
say, this is, you know, the great thing about this is it's all on metal, right?
Metal's great.
You put magnets in there, no screws required, and they have all sorts of licensed work, over different licensed artwork from music and all. I got
Oi.
some movie stuff in my house. That's what I'm always talking about here.
Yeah.
Извините, я
Officially
немного так
licensed
кликну.
Counter-Strike stuff too. So you can go to display.com/PGL. If you get 1 or 2 of these,
You got a
you
discount?
get 22% off. If you get 3 or more, it's 33% off.
I'm
so
a cheap guy.
do
Love
go
my
and support
discounts.
them, guys, and you can have a lovely artwork like this on your wall. We're now going to go to break, guys. So look, we're going to go upstairs and continue to watch whether Imperial are going to be able to avert a total meltdown, whether Gamer Legion are going to make it into the top 16. Make sure you tune in.
Бля, сейчас опять хуйню будут 7 минут показывать.
With metal posters from Displays. Paint your displays in seconds. Swap them
Oh.
whenever you like.
Oh.
Get official art from your favorite games on a uniquely designed metal canvas and choose from thousands of posters. Join over 3 million collectors now. Your wall upgrade is here. Shop now at display.com.
Осуждаю случиться. Туда.
The world is changing, but one thing remains the same. Victories with 1xbet.
Бля, почему здесь один избрали?
We are proud to announce new
500 Гц,
additions to
блять,
the
какой
XL
это
series.
сервер выдержит, блять? Сервер StarCraft,
Using
блять, это не
fast
выдержит
TN
даже.
panels and newly upgraded Diac 2 technology. Fast TN panel with its faster native response time can reveal enemy outlines quicker during flashbang attacks.
Пиздец.
For IPS panel, more overdrive is required to enhance response speed,
Пиздец.
leading to dynamic image blurring due to the panel's inability to handle the load.
Пиздец.
These new monitors
Всё равно
integrate
лох не
new
попал.
dynamic accuracy technology, Diac 2. The upgraded dual backlight design not only provides FPS players with clearer visuals at dynamic aiming and spray control, but are also more friendly to your eyes. Moreover, built in the monitor panel, Diac 2 functions independently and doesn't require any sync with PCs, ensuring no impact on game performance. XL setting to share now has auto game mode feature. Besides download, save, share your settings, it will auto apply different color settings based on your usage scenarios. Outlook of the latest monitors are refreshed. It has incorporated industrial grade bearings into the height adjustment mechanism, allowing easier and smoother adjustment to the exact desired
Пиздец.
height.
Покупаю.
The new monitor series continue to evolve, refining details to ensure players can perform their best consistently in games. This is a brief introduction of the new XL monitor. Feel free to DM us if you have any questions.
Сколько стоит? Чё, бля? Так. Блять, даже 500 Гц не существует в мире даже. Да что за бородач? Да боже мой, быстрее, матч, блять, ёб твою мать, блять. Блять.
Yo. Code PGL, 50 euros off. Got some
It is time to de-quiz the bomb, and I've got Imperials and Vinny with me. Are you ready for this challenge? You've already watched Zach do it, and he succeeded. Do you feel more pressure now, mate?
A little bit.
Bro.
My coach.
Yeah, you can't lose to your
Yes.
coach. You are the IGL. You need to take control of this. You need to know more than your coach.
Exactly.
All right, get your hand on the mouse.
Okay.
Press the button.
And done.
Get yourself ready. Let's see it go down.
3, 2, 1.
Go.
What is the minimum amount of M4 in 4 shots to the board to kill there's a piece around it if he has Cavalier?
Пиздец,
It's 4. Between two. How many
Бомба
times
тикает,
did you
еблан.
10?
Диффуз, сука. Правильный ответ задиффузить, блять, бомбу.
Which player from Canada consistently ranking the top 20 from that's Swiss? Yes. Which player from Denmark consistently ranking the top 10 from 17 to 19?
Device.
Okay.
Сюда, блять.
How much money do you get for a kill with clock? 300.
300, блять.
Okay.
Читаю,
How
блять.
many seconds does it take to defuse the bomb without a defuse kit?
10.
How do you miss that? Which
Блядь,
player
читаю.
consistent to rank in the top 10 from 2015 to
Галтера.
they on 1-1, right? Oh, sure.
Чит, я гений, я... Какой-то тупой американ на своем языке читает, ничего не понимает, кое-как отвечает, а я все нафиг быстро. Да я даже не понимаю, о чем речь идет, я сразу... Да.
Exactly.
But you did it quicker than Zach, so you're happy?
Тупой
Anything you
хохол.
want to say to Zach?
Suck.
Ой, блять, что за нахуй? Страшные лица. Давай быстрее. Заебали нам турков этих показывают. Ебать там аж. Сам раз приохуел.
Gamer Legion one map away, but not
To
no
się
one
chce
expecting to
sposób.
see them in Copenhagen. Now one map away from the 11th.
Opportunity. Full segue in, full segue into 9 pandas not be full segue into 9
Сука,
pandas
тупая хуйня лакающая.
segue into 9
Давай! Ты можешь меня перемотать?
segue into 9 full segue into 9 pandas not full segue into 9 pandas not being full segue into 9 pandas not being here in game.
Сука, кабину сейчас пробью.
Yeah, no, I liked it. But on the other side of the coin, Imperial imploding over on over.
Блять, меня хуйня залагала.
Visualizing like, oh god, that you kind of almost
Начинается.
relieved before the round's even
Мираж.
over, and then to have that
Пик,
turn on its
пик
head.
Империал.
Equal with some
Пиздец.
top shots, Phelps with an overextension, but that was last map. Let's focus on what we can
Фокус,
control, and that
фокус.
is how Mirage goes
Геймер Лиген
down.
закатай. Это выигрышно.
T-start for Imperial, must-win map for Major Hopes.
Gamer Legion last played this back at the RMRs against the Guild Eagles, and they won it. Highest rated player is Isaac. Lowest rated player is Acor. Now, Acor found his form. Let's see if he can continue to run with it.
Sight.
Блять, куда он кидает это?
Exploded upon. And only Kios is within arm's reach
Это
of
на
the
шорт?
site.
It's quite a retake setup, isn't it?
Yeah, he's
А,
about to be
ебать, это
smoked
на
off.
шорт,
One-
запомню.
Yeah, they're asking too
Блядь, ну
much of
попади
him.
ты хоть
One
раз
movement
без...
to see there.
Блин, ну зачем ты стоишь на жарту? Никто не стоит на Б. Просто вы отдали плей, вы отдали важнейший раунд.
Late piece of this. He's currently watching the flank, but he might want to come around short late, depending on how
Ладно,
this one
может, не
starts to
отдали.
trickle forward. Plenty of bodies up short. One through the marker will be Acor.
Kit on Isaac.
Flash and go.
Spots them. No way. Nice from
Раз,
Kios. He starts
два.
strong with the double. No way back. Penny still in the apps. Fighting for market. Isaac
Nice.
finds him. This gets uncomfortable now.
Диффуза.
despite that bomb being
Диффуза у
right on
Исака.
on the defuse. They're on the
Исак
defuse.
дефьюзит.
He can't find him in time. One more bullet.
Найс! Ай-яй-яй-яй-яй-яй! Как же орёт
Loves to make some
пьяный.
noise. There he is again. The fact he gets 2. You see after that, Alex, he only had 2 bullets left in the chamber and 3 left over, so he had to pick up something else on the way into the site. And that's a pistol round falling in the favor of Gamer Legion. Looking to run with this momentum.
Раз отлетела шваль. Два отлетела шваль. Блин, да вы на меня на фейсите лучше, чтобы мне вантап уже дали.
Keeping the hype rolling.
Yeah. I mean, that's composure
Oof.
from Game Allegiant.
Peppered by Galils. You're not re-peeking that one, are you, Acor?
No, thank you.
Что ты делаешь, пьяный?
Spread quite quickly down
Не надо так
towards
делать.
the face of Connector. Short boost to respond, and Phelps has found Volt.
Как ты дохнешь?
Phelps.
Бля, не пикай.
He's been fouled
Пикай.
by Isaac. Didn't really have any way out there.
Well, mid's going to be cleared. You can see Snacks flirting with the idea.
Ебать, на Б как все собрались.
But responding
Бля, не надо опять давать,
the
пожалуйста.
options are Flash and a Molly. It is Isaac
А,
on
мне
the
в пизду.
long
Исаак
side.
это будет Ишак, давайте.
With four.
Киос
And
это
he can
будет
flash, they can go.
Коза,
Keo's
блядь.
likely up short and Snacks on a flank.
Вольт
It's all
это
gonna come down to
будет,
the
блядь,
timing.
Валера.
Imperial just going contact.
Ну, Снакс. Ну и аккорд, короче. Аккорд, типа. Ишак! Дают первого. Дают второй килл.
Absurd. Vinny, just as he jumps,
2 в 3.
takes the engagement, keeps them with a
Жирный в
advantage
спине.
into the
Покажи, я
second
Снакса буду жирным называть. Так, дают заплантить.
It's necessary,
Ебать, Нави,
but the
блядь, на
victory
калаше вообще
will
осуждаю.
be determined. Oh, he's hit the shot. No way. On the bench with two.
Снакс, давай как старые добрые.
Like they're not considering it. There's a little bit of a timing window here for Snacks. Misses his opportunity out the window, looking to isolate these duels, but they're both playing around this bench side. Double swing. It's inspired. Imperial take the second round through the Galils by virtue of the plant.
Yeah, that right there, right? The fact that Isaac gets two and they still
Ah.
you really just have to look to No Way. Some great shots. Disconnected, not retaking together. That wouldn't be the first time we've seen Game Allegiant a bit disjointed. This was the Phelps opener. These are the big kills from No Way on the Galil bench, back of the
Чё ты
side,
пикаешь, блядь?
unleashing the fury. Snacks jumping out, lost track of where both of them were. Should have known that they were both side considering one was planting while No Way was shooting. Force my back from
Так.
Legion. 5-7.
Ебать, вы форс сделали! Вообще под пилон тополой!
Very, very light util. They will have to hope that this stack
Ну посмотрим.
towards the A side is the correct one. 4 bodies. It's only Kios who isn't part of the party. Henny, Vinny, Phelps with the mid control, No Way, and Decent on the extremity of A. Connector and window smoke deployed. They need to rotate back. With how it currently stands, unless there's probing from Vinny in towards B, it feels like they will end in towards the A stack.
Those celebrations could be cut short.
Running blind. Vinny is getting info now up short.
Есть инфа по
So at least he is
бездарю.
having a look. This is important.
Блять, сейчас инфу соберу, то что это стака.
Oh, long range.
We're going A.
Yeah, spotted out.
Так, бомба на А идет.
Vault doesn't want to be spotted, but Snacks, what's going on there? The gap was not communicated. Vault
Размен.
will find him at least. Isaac forced wide by the flames.
Сейчас важно это Ишак.
Light on time, 30
У него единственного есть более-менее оружие.
One Molotov. One Molotov.
Молотов уже все плавно.
Great flash.
Great flash from Acor. Bails them out from a very awkward spot. It got hot. But with 20 seconds, it's Imperial that are bothered. They need to get that bomb in. Henny's got it on his back. Kios ready for the fight. Hard one for Volt, but with Kios on the 5-7,
Не пикай, не пикай, не пикай. То кабину уже снесу.
10. Henny, 9, needs to get that bomb down.
Open side plant. Acor rotated.
Yeah. Chance covered by Decent though, and that is
Damn.
really hanging
Nice
on
second.
by Imperial. So many ways in which that could have gone wrong.
That would have
Нормально,
ruined
похуй,
the
похуй,
elation
похуй.
of the last and reminded them of how overpass went down if they dropped the ball there.
Yeah, no, I think for everyone's sake, that's a big sigh of relief, that force bite. Even after spotting out Kios and not having anyone else shoot him back, they ended up finishing A. Maybe it was just felt like too much of a task to
Теперь
get
эко,
everyone
блядь.
resituated with the time that was available. So just an eco, nice little Zeusy action for Snacks. He's taken his towards the balcony, but this could be an SMG farming. Vinny, yeah, jumps up.
Ну за линту пусть кого-нибудь.
And HE combined with the AK.
Убили хоть одного.
Vinny finds himself 3 kills.
Блядь,
Goal
Снакс.
apiece.
Снакс, как обычно.
He's hearing you decent.
Don't think Snacks is getting away with this.
What about the flying strafe? Zeus.
I love how primed he looks. Like, I'm just looking at the cam.
Yeah.
So ready to get killed.
They can't find
Блять,
him.
Снаксу сейчас кабину
And he
пропишу.
will. And there we go.
wasted investment into the Zeus. Not even an opportunity there for Stacks, but now we will get back into the guns. Taking a look at the finances,
Oh, no.
well, and we'll have enough for the AWP.
Чё несут, бля?
Seeing Ash call into a timeout, so happy to let them operate as discussed in the game plan. Oh, and Equal hasn't actually bought into an AWP. He had 5,800, and he's left extra cash. Alex, there might be something direct from the CTs. They might go all in and fight. Yeah, a full mid control. They're going to jump out the window on Biff.
It's only Vinny here
Блять,
to
ну
receive
это
them.
Б.
This is interesting.
Блять, вообще вам похуй на Б вообще.
They could've bought an AWP. There's a clear
Челам
indication
так
they want to
похуй
fight
на
for this
Б.
mid control. 4 players dealing with this. Nobody over towards B.
Flash.
Steps.
Oh no, Vinny! He finds one through the smoke and transfers into Isaac.
Oh, this round's done.
Yep, as easy as that.
Почему вы идете в смог? Почему вы не обходите разящик?
Finish wherever you like, essentially.
That's crazy. They send 3 towards mid. Vinny's responsibility just to spot it. Never mind win the round.
Well, that's something that Gamer Legion have prepped. You can just tell, again, by what they did or didn't invest into. And the sheer amount of bodies. Something they discussed, something that they wanted to do it.
He's across.
Блять, Снак сейчас 2 в 5 возьмет. 2 в 4.
And he's dead.
Phelps.
Next round's 2,900 loss. So we'll just do a partial. And then
Буду кистью, блять, держать подбородком.
back out. Now there will be some upgrades into the next. I do think they will go with a standard gun round, which
Блять,
should
как?
facilitate an A-core AWP. And we just have to ask ourselves questions of what can Kios get up to in the next round with this.
Блять, короче.
This is a map that's
Если...
very well suited to Imperial's individuals as well. I can just
Сейчас придумаю, блять, что-нибудь. Бля, если они проебывают, короче, сейчас раунд... Нет. Следующие они проебывают, если они проебывают... Следующий... Нет, если они следующий раунд, короче, проебывают... Я, блядь, делаю, не знаю... 30, блядь, отжиманий. Так, чисто... Для разогрева. С иконой на спине.
15 maps played, a whole lot of wins, taken down. Yeah, good God, it's a lot of Brazilian opponents.
I think the heroic matchup here at the Major is one where people turned heads, especially to look at somebody else. He had 30 kills in that game, and I remember watching back, they could have even won that map. So the fact
Сука, кто меня
that losing
приглашает,
at
блядь?
16 to 14 to heroic, a team that eventually ended up going 3-0 within this stage, I think that kind of put them on the map and alerted everybody to what we might expect from this team. They run so far a win over N, so that was a barn burner, a 22-19 Anubis match, a 16-14 loss to Heroic on Mirage, and then a 13-7 win over Apex. That's the best of one's done. They lost to Ecstatic yesterday in a series that went the distance. So they've only played against European opponents, and Europe is considered the strongest of the regions out of the 3. Obviously got sub-regions involved in that, so Imperial, they haven't had an easy run. They haven't played against any easy beats. This has been bigger names who get reps against the better Counter-Strike teams in the world, but here we are, saved M4 of Kios on the top row. At least he was for a moment.
Блять, заебали меня.
Ooh, snags. Tagged up, and he's hit a couple of
Блять.
shots here. Kios down.
Сука, ёбаная шлюха дает опен.
Oh, he's retrieved.
Винни, у Винни игра жизни.
Yeah, having to stay jarring there, Kios. Understandably so, especially if they wanted to do it direct.
After he fired off that shot, though, you know, it's something very focused on. They know where
Сука, very focus.
through,
Блять, у них хэка.
rifle away,
Пиздец.
covering it now.
Ганду.
Snags giving it a go, and third time's the charm. He
И
will.
в чате никого не было? А,
Hear
все,
that.
можно и делать,
So,
подтягивать.
information that somebody else resides. Close A round flash. Isaac, wide as you like.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone's got their own individual moves. That's lovely from No Way. Save simulator for Smacks.
It doesn't matter if he holds onto it with the max loss bonus. Sure, it is going to feel a little bit nicer, but
Так, ну в чате никого не было, может не делать 30 отжиманий.
shouldn't make too many issues regarding the buy.
Yeah, but the 5 alive for Imperial, that's going to start getting the cash out of control. Look at this. Phelps already on 6,800, 73 for Decent. Everyone's flush for cash.
Yeah, and if all 5 stay alive, they don't need the rebuys. They'll have a couple of residuals available. That does free Vinny up to call a little bit looser in some of
Блять,
these rounds
ладно,
if he'd
похуй.
like. Continue to try and snowball this half out of control, but a 4-round lead accrued, and they do love the BM. I respect it. It's
За это
something I
30
definitely get
жму.
behind, the spamming of the bodies. I think you and I discussed the spray, the spam, and the teabag, the trifecta of BM.
Yeah. Just hearing that from Snacks' POV, like, what is he shooting at?
You know what would bother me even more if I was an Imperial fan?
Go on.
Is if you end up just blowing them out of the server on Mirage, knowing that you probably should have won Overpass.
Well, don't let that thought into the minds of Imperial.
Well, these intrusive thoughts, Alex, that's what we live with.
It's true, and there's no denying that will cross their mind, especially if they keep this form up here on map 2.
Especially if they lose Nuke.
Don't. But for Gamer Legion, hey, you know, Nuke, losing close games on Nuke when you're looking for a qualification to the major initially. Up against 9 Pandas, it was that very map.
Acor's a bit sleepy again, Alex.
Well, it's CT side Mirage. He's definitely going to have a few more options available to him.
Yeah, look, it's not as
Если геймер ли...
I want to say as easy.
Если геймер
I
ли...
don't think Overpass is easy, but
Если геймер ли выигрывают, я
but
не
how
делаю
good
остальные
teams are
15.
at this level with the utility constricting your different positions and peaks.
Если они сейчас раунд выиграют, я не делаю эти 15 отжиманий.
No way calling through what U2 has been expended from the B defense. Acor being required to assist the likes of Kios. Bolt close A ramp, Snacks and Isaac in combination towards middle, both on the jiggle. As Imperial in absolutely no rush. So many nades left over, and still have 60 seconds left on the clock, so Vinny can call whatever he'd like with all these smoke flashes, mollies, full belts on some.
Так, пока нормально все продвигается. Блять, я бан кидаю Даню. Пока посидит в бане. Или, Даня, ты сейчас ничего не пишешь, пишешь в чате, я тебя бан в тени кидаю, пока я не досмотрю. Потом я пойду. Блять, сейчас все, еще раз я в бан, блять, улетаешь.
Oh, it is Phelps onto Snacks, straight through the smoke. Should favor Snacks there. Phelps just too quick.
He split.
Yeah, Isaac, he's playing fade here and has caught out Phelps with a nade in his hands. That is a gift.
Шлюха, не шел, блять, фейсит. 5 лет, и тут, блять, пошел. Когда он я стримлю, пошел он нахуй.
Isaac can stay alive and draw fire. Oh, now they know about Kios. No way can get them both. If it's not
Nice.
finding it.
9 seconds.
Все, выиграли.
Penny, 6. Oh, and just
Талант.
like that, Kios.
Талант на Киозе. Все, я не отжимаюсь, слава богу, блять.
And a second round for Gamer Legion.
Yeah, this time the stress of the seconds really coming back to hurt Imperial. That's only the second round that they've lost so
Пиздец,
far.
5
You
rauндов
mentioned
взяли,
all that
блядь.
extra cash, the splash. I wonder if there's a pace
Это
change this
проклятие
time round.
Геймер Легион, блядь, они
You can see
берут
how late they
пистолетку
were
и
to
все
go for
раунды
mid
по все
control.
раунды.
But Isaac using that window position.
Сука, вот так и надо, блядь,
I
играть.
feel like insta windows are going out of fashion. Well, that was late window, and Isaac still abuses it. Great job from him. Oh, Henny's committed ahead of the flames. We'll have to
Какой же
fight for a
бомж.
moment.
Ой, какой же бомж.
Awareness from Kios, knowing he's got him trapped, throws out his HE. Significant damage. It's actually
Талант на Акоре,
he has found
как
a way to
обычно.
contribute early. Finds the opening, takes down Phelps. Charging through the underpass, top mid is occupied heavily by Imperial.
We see the pace change in the mid control this time round. Last time they didn't even bother looking until the 55-second mark. This time, well ahead of it.
Жесткий ретейк на происходит. Ну, а стакнуто, поэтому вы соснете.
So well on overpass. Keep it moving.
Я не знаю, что там трио, блядь, стоит. Какой же абсолют, как же он чувствует? Хуёво какой-то там. Ну сейчас уснули.
Time's becoming a bit of a factor now. You've fully committed, you've spotted it out the likely finish. You've got 3 CTs ready for you.
Yeah, and look at Snax's util. Now he blocks apartments and he has another bottle of flame. So they're just stalling out with util. This is great. This might segregate the push.
Бля, они что-то и питаются. Мы же слабые.
Sinking feeling in the stomachs of Imperial.
Сейчас еще и хаешка
Five
забрали.
up against you. Yeah, it might be.
Ой, слабые.
Just
Бля, я до сих
from
пор...
the
Бля,
util.
15 ЖМ
That
для меня
beautiful
30...
combination,
50,
two
блядь.
and a smoke grenade, and they've won the round.
Видеокарта
Completely wasted
3050,
to
да,
run in that
блядь.
late, not really knowing what lies on the other side. You have information that likely two because of the nades that were expended there.
So the only kill is Acor onto Phelps.
And that happened at, what, a minute 25?
Yeah. Counter-Strike, there's so
Нормально,
many
это
different
камбэк.
ways these rounds can finish, and that's the joy. That's why we tune in every time.
Here it is. It was earlier than
There
that.
it is, round
minute
over.
33.
Талант на аккорде.
Good
Аккорде.
utilization Game Allegiant,
Его
and it is a
аккорд
product
называют
of Volt.
теперь.
Jiggling out nicely, getting that info. Henny tutting his tongue as he realizes that the round has slipped away.
Does slightly hurt them because Vinny's staying alive. He gets no loss bonus and was unable to buy extra util himself. He's had to be dropped some. So they are lighter on in a few elements.
It's a starting 3B, Chad.
Yeah, maybe the boost for Acor. Oh no, he's just going to jump up on the back of the
Бля,
van.
ебать, чё всё красное, бля, что за сперма, блядь?
No, he's just out.
Это молики.
Wow, stretching his legs is decent.
Куда, куда, куда?
With Phelps in combination as well. Volt has got a whole lot to do. Oh, flashed as well. Spotted. Should go
Вообще
down.
пьяный.
Empty-handed now.
Вообще пьяный, вы что вы делаете?
Not going to be running out of time this time.
Бля, еще и промахнулся аккорд. Это сейф. Бля, вопрос...
They have to just walk it out die. I'm intrigued as to what Game Allegiant kind of gave them that led that to that walkout, or is that just kind of an inspired?
If you use the last round as an indicator, when they went for their mid control, Acor was playing ahead of the smokes, which means that they're committed towards middle. So they've thrown mid control smokes again, but have limped out A. And in the previous two, they only known about one of it, but in the previous two, Volt's played close A ramp. So he would have been on his own in that type of environment, and he was, but this time in a more passive position. And he's very unfortunate at the triple box to get caught off by that flash. He could have had a couple of kills. Might be a couple more before this round subsides. Phelps very close to be able to rip away Isaac's rifle, and Acor's would follow. So Phelps going to come through. He has extra cash. He could risk it if he'd like, but no, playing the long game. Another round with a whole lot of players surviving for both.
Отдыхают у нас, блядь.
In favor of the Brazilians.
И Грямбом.
Zach stretching, yawning.
Когда-нибудь это закончится.
Chill old time. No timeout called from Game Allegiant. Plenty of money for them to pick up rifles for those who perished in the previous. What's the change up going to be? This time not 3 towards B. A missed shot from Henny on the boost.
Рано еще такое делать тебе, блядь.
Had to get that one.
You can see his mouth moving a million miles a
Так,
minute.
инфа пуши
Noting
есть.
it was the orb. This is very aggressive up mid from Volt and Snacks. Full control now to constrict the movements of Imperial, but we've already seen them happy to sit back and wait.
О, сосуд, сосуд.
Yeah, that smoke
Куда мы
product
лезем?
of the new game. It's wide enough now to cover the whole.
Блядь, ну опять, ну чё, куда вы нахуй 3Б встали-то, блядь? Что пытаются прочитать, блядь? Сука.
Maybe gonna run boost. Just a flash and go. Acor's off the line. Simple as that. Keo's looking for info. And a good push. You see Snacks spamming. If there is anybody on the side, maybe they're lulled into a false sense of security.
Снак, блядь, Снак запушил, блядь, Снак подпушил. Это охуенный пуш. Киос, точнее, блядь, вообще. Козел, блядь, точнее. Вообще пьяный.
They're out mid now.
Smoke top Con creates a bit of a gap. Phelps was flirting with Con. He's up now. And it's Kios's aggression that finds decent.
They should just pipe up short.
Блядь, все шорт. Аккорд, блядь, талант. Еще и второй килл. Соснули, блядь.
No way with 20 seconds left.
And another save. Maybe now where he is.
Удали АВП. Ой, его сейчас убьют.
Wow.
What could Acor have seen? No, I couldn't see anything.
What?
Oh, okay. Well, the perspective obviously playing into that
Вот, ну,
one.
блядь, КС2 охуенный пик.
We just said he was looking a little
Аккорд
bit
блядь,
quiet.
сделал.
Oh, he's been able to pick up a couple of kills, up to 4 now. Important push, and here's the clear. This gets multiple kills, one up short, as well as Phelps leaking through the smoke. So Volt and Acor profit, and here it is from Acor's perspective. Yeah, just slight
It's the arch.
view of his knee.
Yeah.
Какой же сильный.
It looked so funny on the X-ray. It looked like it was like miles away.
Well, if you wipe the board, Game Allegiant, the final round.
Так что у нас, блядь, по закупу без даже? Блядь, фул закуп, ладно, их еще деньги есть.
And that feels mandatory.
Сука, пизда игру жизни играет, блядь, пиздец. Ёбаный Винни-Пух, блядь.
Setting it up for the fight, not the space.
Well, this could catch Acor off guard. How
Чуть ты лево продвинься, блядь, ты же читаешь, у тебя же глаз Императора.
more Imperial?
Ты читаешь все эти хуйни пики. Бля, он читает.
He did have a glance. Phelps was tucked in at the time. They'll hang around. They've got time to work with.
Включи глаз Императора.
By Delpan, Vinny up con. Yeah.
Бля, что за тайминги?
Who's number 2, please?
А, так это... А, даже это даже в пользу. Или как же они халдят, как же душат Бразильца. Как же душит этот матч. Ну и сейчас, блядь. Просто трахну.
Snacks being isolated. Beautiful play from Vinny. Sets himself up.
Какой beautiful play, вот он соснул, блядь.
Oh, he's ready for it. Acor activates. With 1 HP to spare, it's a man advantage here. Decent though, coming from behind on the ladder. How is he saved by Volt? That was a set for
Сильнейший.
He's missed his shot. The bomb is spotted. The round is won. And
Я их 3-0 ставлю в легендах.
find a recovered CT Hall. Imperial immediately call a timeout.
And they've cleaned house. It's only going to be 2 AKs available. The rest are going to be in Mac 10s or Tech 9s.
Oh dear.
And they just want to try and salvage a 7th if possible
Кстати,
before heading into half-time.
секундная
But
пауза.
they had to do
Как
it the
там у нас,
hard way,
блядь?
Game Legion, going after rifle round after rifle round. They've managed 4 out of the last 5.
А,
Remember,
Са
they won
Фурия
the pistol,
будет
then lost
потом.
the 4, so it's been a difficult half for them. But Acor's activation, definitely a conversation. Ready for that Phelps leak. You see the chaos, it kicks off. Phelps comes through the window. Acor gets the first, pivots back, grabs the second. A huge difference maker, holding on to key real estate for Gamer Legion. Here it is again, so Vinny just isolating Snacks, felt like he had a great idea of where he was. Acor pivots, isolating the angles, and this is
Блять, как же,
saving the
какие
day.
же таланты.
Decent, felt like he had a kill dead to rights. They're coming down the ladder. They've managed 2 Galils, an AK, and some pistols. Give yourself something, Imperial. Be a great half, wouldn't it? 7 on the T side.
Ну, пока не так рассосались чисто бразильцы.
Considering the way this started.
Бля, Вольт-то опять эту хуйню играет. Чисто репикает. Ой, пацаны, погодите. Какой надо убрать?
Swing with a compromised buy. See 2 smokes. Is all they have to work.
Я упустил свои грехи.
Third has just been thrown out. No way picked it up and immediately.
Ебать, что это нахуй?
It will just have to be an A play.
A little cash for Henny to throw these.
Куда он, блядь, ебать, это окно?
Just faking the standard.
Блядь, нихуя себе, я хочу
Isaac
так же.
still has a lot of space aggressive short. They can call the bluff.
Peaks with the
Ой,
incendiary.
куда ты?
Decent was
Блядь,
ready.
иди нахуй пиццу и репикай, блядь, с молотом. Куда ты летишь, блядь? Кабина.
Touche. He was on no way. Acor has ram. Snacks is already
Ну,
burrowed.
нас так сейчас разнесет. Так, один калаш есть. Блядь, аккорд. Только Снакс считай, блядь.
Oh, spotted one. So one ramp, at least another towards the palace position. They're not going to clear out.
Snacks, кабина!
Sandwich, damage onto
Не снес.
Isaac finds Vinny. They know where 2 of them are.
Между тебя смотрят.
And now down goes the bomb. Gamer Legion.
Пьяный. Все. Хорош, 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 молодцы, 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 молодцы. Не, ну Снакс соло.
Gamer Legion. They are within touching distance of closing this down and sending Imperial home empty-handed.
Yeah, keeping it competitive. The circumstances of this first half could have been dire. We would have been headed straight towards
Ой, блядь, я чат
Imperial and kept up those
закрыл.
winning ways. But now, this pissed around will mean an awful lot. This half can get away from Imperial very, very quickly. They lose what would be 4 from 4 pistols. If they decide to force buy into the second of the half, they lose that. It's a full eco. Score would be 9-6. Your opponent in touching distance of that magic number.
And that's the man I want to see in this second half. Phelps. On the CT side, you saw it on
Где
overpass.
комменты?
Maybe I would argue less options for him on the CT side of Mirage, but there are options for that offensive defense that we know Phelps is grown accustomed to.
Ладно, досмотрим, как они... Ой-ой-ой, сразу за линтопус у
Can we
нас.
see Imperial win their first pistol chat?
For me, it's just about them avoiding any calamities. Obviously, convert the rounds that
Жесточайший молотов.
don't give up
Отлетела
any
шваль.
huge number advantages. Don't have any of these fumbles because that will start really festering.
В полете.
Coming to Vinny. Fired off a couple of warning shots. It's the support! Phelps nails it. Lovely shooting on the USP. This could be Imperials and should be Imperials' first
Шлюхи.
pistol round of the series. And they're doing so without a single
Ладно.
frag.
Не повезло, игру жизни сыграли бразильцы.
Nothing to do.
Yeah, good time to find it, isn't it? Plenty of time on the clock, but Isaac, how are you meant to win this one? He's going to attempt to maneuver all the way around the world. Henny might hear the steps. Yeah, he's acknowledging it. I can see his little arrow. Yep, he definitely hears, yep.
Just tracking him through the wall.
Yeah, so Henny letting him know exactly where Isaac's movements are, and Isaac's going to get caught off guard. Phelps pivots out, takes him down, and all 5 staying alive. Keep in mind, very limited damage to any of the Imperial players. And the little details
Бля, надо
matter.
мудру,
That means
кстати,
you're gonna
реально
get free
выдать.
upgrades into head armor, which is going to help with the type of buy.
Блять,
And
кто
then
такой
edging straight into
такой
M4
гибкий
on a
даун,
lot of
блять,
their
во-первых,
individuals.
нахуй. Что
So
за
cheaper head armor,
шлюха,
A1S
блять,
is
сидит?
coming out. It will limit you to... Hold up a second. Did Snacks just drop a Galil? Okay, he has done. Kios has been given a Galil. It's no hero AK, but you need to punch in.
Ладно,
And the fact
продолжаем.
that they've invested with 4 A1Ss,
Неважно.
if you get 2 to 3 kills, which, good luck, you've done an awful lot of financial impact.
Is this? There's nothing really for Snacks to do.
With a Glock?
Yeah.
It'd have to be dink, dink, dink.
Yeah, not happening.
And look at this mid setup. How are you meant to break this if you Kios?
This, yeah,
Kios.
the little detail
Не
of the
force.
additional head armor by
Что?
virtue of
Я
knocking down
пьяный.
Kev is
Не увидел день. Бля, вообще неудобный интерфейс, конечно.
maybe Kios can take down No Way, maybe not, as that's the threat gone, neutralized. Juggling the Galil, nice work from Isaac. He pulls the crosshair away to
Это нормально было.
facilitate.
Вот если бы сейчас убили, то вообще нормально.
Punished.
Блять,
Well, one's
Снакс.
okay.
Yeah, one something.
Жирный нет.
Vinny's isolated, or was for a moment, playing the smoke well.
I think Snacks. Oh, I thought Snacks was going to call them over to try and catch Vinny. He's been aware of him
Snacks
for some
просто
time
каменно
now,
стоит,
heading
блядь.
towards Phelps. A 2-man setup here, so this should just be a lovely double spray.
Well done.
Ладно.
Handled. Snacks has been
Snacks
hitting
просто
entire
гений,
time. He's had
просто
the whole
гений.
thing. Now is his moment. Go.
Come here, Vinny. Come on. Yeah.
Ладно.
Vinny just
Ладно,
wants to get a
короче,
rifle. He's like,
повезло.
leave me alone, man.
I've got places to be.
I've got to get myself an upgrade, and he's got it.
Okay.
So
Very
saved all the A1Ss. Great stuff. Well, Snacks will now have to operate with probably a Tech 9. The rest of his team can get into AKs and Galils. But now what could have been a Gamer Legion 9-6 very well could be an Imperial 9-6. Snacks is actually operating with a Mac 10, as you can see. A nice little financial heads-up display. Insta window.
А, это Даня, думал, это Илья, да, он.
falling out of favor. Was there any kind of explanation
Ладно,
as to why?
то, что я думал, что это Илья, ему модуль какой-то.
Jumping on this and spamming through with some of them, with
And
how they land.
the HE clear, I suppose, as well.
Speaking of clear, apartments cleared. B play, they're coming in.
They are. And Keo's going to be trying to be the brute force approach. Nice trade. Vault.
Все, у нас Илья модуль.
Vinny trying to delay. It's good cover. Quick rotate. Henny's found one. They clear the smoke. That should be Ache or dead.
Отлетела шваль. Блять, ну.
Tech 9 on his opportunity here, close quarters.
Snacks, блять, ну хотя бы убей этого бездаря.
Snacks around the smokes. We know it can go well.
You
Isaac
want
finds
the
it.
plant though, and now because it's
Блять.
Did some damage.
too drawn out.
Yeah, no plant today. Snacks is in a lot of trouble.
Сука, не везет, не везет, не везет, не везет им.
Scenario for the first gun round. If they're able to plant there, they have another buy. But now it just has to be a partial. Imperial, 10, right around the corner. As you mentioned, good cover from Henny. You see the defensive smoke dropped out from Vinny that he eventually gets to play around the HE, softening.
Бля, не понимаю, они с пистолетами или что сейчас были? Я не понимаю, они, блять, вроде с броней.
Feels like it's back to being in a good mood for Henny.
Да, блять, что с уже с экономикой, блядь?
Carefully now with the tracers being even easier to track. All right, well, it's a half bite.
Really
Tech
like
9s,
B,
and
don't they?
they're trying to punish Vinny.
At least they get the bomb down, or should.
Bolt.
Maybe
Bolt. Oh, maybe. Maybe.
Ну, пленти!
Right under the face with the nade. He's gonna go down before he plants. That is bleak. And down goes Snacks. 10 in the back. Imperial just 3 rounds away from taking them all the way to
Сука,
3.
трахните их,
Away.
блядь,
Okay.
комплексити, блядь, геймер леген.
Well,
Трахните их,
resurgence
блядь.
from Game Elite.
Хуяли они орут-то на
It'll
старика
have to be the
Снакса.
same conversation here in the second.
Сейчас их старина Снакс, блядь,
All
трахнет,
in a
сука.
row.
И все, блядь, что с балом будет?
However, Acor still able to don the AWP. AK's for the rest, full util, and if there's any conversation about the international squadron, and I want to make sure that we really look at the team element of Game Allegiant. Has to start now.
I can't believe Snacks has got the audacity to do the same call again. 3 rounds in a row. And the mid prong's gone. No way to take the head off. This looks very flat. Through the smoke.
You're all dead.
He hears them. He's gonna spray down at least the 2.
Зачем, блядь?
Acor maybe opens up the possibility for more here as he does pre-aim for No Way. Clearing out Get Right. Doesn't hit the shot. Phelps repositions. Snacks has hit the shot. This suddenly becomes doable. A 2-on-2, now 1. Henny taking down his rival Orpa. Snacks
Ты, сука, еле инфу себе даешь!
knows where they both likely reside. He's not ready for this one though. Decent just pushing in. And an 11th round for Imperial.
Что ты делаешь?
Came through.
Бля, сливает, короче, Снак за 3-2, бля. Бля, это 3-2-2, ёбаная,
The thing is,
нахуй.
if their entire game plan in this T side was predicated on making sure they
Вообще
couldn't
каменное
win
лицо
B
Снакса,
rounds,
вообще
force
на всё
themselves the way
похуй.
they want it, well, the Huff's almost
У него
over.
одно и то же
The
лицо
map
каждый
is
раунд.
almost over. 11-6. Another round with the bomb not going down. Another opportunity that if it did, it could have resulted in a buy. But they will have to buy anyway. So they are saying goodbye to this map. Great output from Vinny.
Такую хуйню колет
No
Снакс.
dramas from Decent on the final. Acor coming in very late, hitting a couple of nice shots, sure.
Captain Obvious here, but also I'm noticing that a lot of the smoke clears are getting much more frequent and much more effective. We've seen multitude of them throughout our opening stage of the Copenhagen Major. Teams have had time to work it out, start to integrate it into their gameplay, becoming second nature to them. What do you make of Isaac on a scout?
I think it's a sign of the times.
Okay.
Блять, и Шакс со скаутом, сука.
Hey, hurry up, let's get to map 3 type of vibes.
Yeah, this is the round where Imperial are starting to think, oh, if we'd have just won overpass.
Precisely.
If we'd have just won overpass, man.
And then you'll have those thoughts if anything starts to go slightly wrong on you. But at least they've been able to break the seal on pistols. That's good for Imperial.
This is a different call. Contact out mid. Phelps is just going to be holding on to ladder. Henny, perfectly positioned, will punish Acor. And there's a whole lot more where that came from. Henny has the info, has the shots, and with combination of his nade and Phelps' spray, this round is done. Mirage is done. Stick a fork in this one. 5 alive, down they go, Vault eliminated. Now this is just a very comfortable day in the office. Not so comfortable on map 1, albeit that 5v3 is still, as we said, echoing in their minds of just how close they were to finishing this in 2. But instead, a third map will be required. Gamer Legion forcing them into nuke. Imperial, it's all smiles right now. And, I mean, it has been a perfect half. Not a single threatening round. Just having a look at the recap, yeah. Most they've acquired.
Пошел ты нахуй, Винту.
3 kills. Imperial comfortable throughout.
И тебе решать, когда мне молиться.
Yeah. Now we get to see how the A defenders
Бля.
get put.
Ну сейчас можно выиграть. Ну сейчас-то можно выиграть раунд один.
Need the smoke. You see what I'm
Фу,
saying?
бездарь.
Snacks, however,
Блять,
gets the
пожалуйста.
And it's nice from Decent. No way onto Vault. Now the bomb's gone down, but this is a very comfortable retake for Imperial if they just cross their T's, dot their I's, work together. The numbers game, fighting for CT is Phelps. Swings through, isolates one. Nice trade back from Kios, but needs a whole lot more where that came from. And a miss from Henny, combined with Vinny's, got the spray. They've got it in the bag. A 13-6 scoreline.
11 kills in 7 rounds in the second half. Game Legion, that is a
Блять, я не буду сидеть треть,
It was
сука.
over in the blink of an eye. Quick, smart, great showing from Imperial.
Короче, я
And the key
свою
is the fact
икону.
that they've been able to turn their mental around from the first. Smiles on the faces, big giggles, big laughs, but still one more map to go. Nuke, the third and deciding. Gamer Legion, can you find yourself before we get into that?
Yeah, kind of wild. One thing we can successfully answer is, can Imperial bounce back?
Все, я ставлю икону сюда.
Bad times, bad tidings.
Ой, всем пока.
I'd love to know. I might
Это
talk to Zach and
пиздец.
say, like, well, how did you do this? It's a modern day miracle.
Я заебался.